Good day, viewers all over the world. I'm Saluma. Today we are going to be talking about mathematics. And under mathematics, I would like to teach us standard form, decimal places also. Decimal places, these two. So in your standard form, it's just the way we express uh, numbers in having decimal places in which you can write them and they will not be a whole number. So like I told you, everything is principle. Maths, any subject, once you understand the principle, you are good to go. Alright, let's say I have uh, 0.0566. They'll tell you to two decimal places to three decimal places to four decimal places. Okay, let me just do that straight. So for this, so two decimal places, it means that after the decimal point, you must have two numbers left. That's what they are saying by two decimal places. You must have two numbers left. Any number after these two numbers will be rounded off, especially the one immediately after this number. You know, after this, like I said, two decimal places. After this decimal point, we are going to count 1, 2. So the number that is next to this 5 is 6. Once the number is equal to 5 or greater than 5, that number will be rounded off to 1. Like this, 6 is greater than what? 5. It means that 6 will become 1. And that 1 will now be added to 5. So it will now be 0.06 to 2 decimal points. The second question, to three decimal places. It means that you're going to count 3 digits after the decimal point. So if you count, we have 1, 2, 3. And after these 3 digits, we still have what? Another number, which is what? 6. Don't forget the rule. The rule says that what? The number that you want to approximate must be equal to or greater than what? 5. Must be equal to or greater than 5. Meaning that your first number must be what? 5. If I say 5 greater than and above numbers, meaning that the first number will be 5, second number 6, 7, 8, and so on and so forth. So for me to approximate this to 3 decimal places, you're going to count from immediately after the point, 3 numbers. That's below 3 decimal places. Count 3 numbers. The fourth number will be approximated. So I'm going to count 3 numbers after this decimal point. You are not going to talk about this. They're going to have 1, 2, 3. So the fourth number is what? 6. Is greater than what? 5. It means that you're going to approximate it to 1. So the answer will now be what? 0.57. 0.057. You can see that you can see 3 numbers. 1, 2, 3. You have approximated this to 1 to give us 6. Let me even do this same example. I will use it to solve another question. This to 3 decimal points or places, anywhere you want to put it. So let me use the same thing to express what I'm trying, or to buttress what I was trying to tell you. Let's say I have this, and I have this one to be 1 to 3 decimal places now. To 2 decimal places, you are still going to have the same result. To 2 decimal places, this will now be, count 2 numbers after this. This is 1, 2. Approximate this. This will be 0.06 to 2 decimal places. So now, to 3 decimal places, it will now be, count after this decimal point. This is 1, 2, 3. If you look at this, 1 is less than 5. So it means that you are going to round it off to what? 0. So it's 0 plus 6. That will now be what? 0.056. 0.056. Because this one is not up to 5. So it cannot be approximated to 1. Once it's less than 5. If I say less than 5, so it means that I'm going to have 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So those ones, they are less than what? 5. So I think that one is clear. So let me quickly rush to standard form. For your standard form, for instance, I'll use an example to explain it. If I have 0.056 to standard form, let me use SF. To convert this one to standard form, it means that you should allow your points to be immediately after a number, a whole number. If I say a whole number, it means that for this one now, this one's going to be what? Count from here. You can see where your point is. It will now be 1, 2. So you have shifted the point from this place to this place. It will now be what? 5.6 times how many times did I move it? 1, 2. 10 raised to power minus 2. If you are moving from right, you can see I'm moving from left to right. 1, 2. I'm moving from left to right, it will carry negative. But if I'm moving from right to positive, example number 2, let's say I have 1,000 to standard form. For me to solve this, where do you think the point should be? It's going to be here, immediately after the number. So for me to shift this, it will now be from here. 1, 2, 3. Don't forget the definition. A number, your point will be immediately after the number. So this is your number 1.000, or you can omit it, omit the 0, and say times. How many times have you moved it? 1, 2, 3. So I have 10 raised to power positive 3. Because if you are moving from right to left, it's going to be positive. If you are moving from left to right, it's going to be negative. That is for standard form. Let me give us a very simple example. Let's say divide 1 divided by 0.00005. Leave your answer in standard form. You don't need calculator. For us to solve this, you just look at that. Okay, I have 1. That will be 1. Don't forget, I've taught us the laws of indices. Divided by, I said always do your calculation step by step. Not to miss it. In math, that's how to even make to get scores, good scores in mathematics. And I tell, okay, don't worry, I'll continue with that. So we're going to have, if you write this one in standard form, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many times have we moved it? We have moved it 5 times forward. And when you move it 5 times, that will be 5 times 10 raised to power minus 5. Because you are moving from left to right. If you are moving from left to right, your power is going to be negative. If you are moving from right to left, your power is going to be what? Positive. So for we to further on this, you can see I'm doing it step by step. I first operated this. The next thing now is going to be 1 divided by 5 times 10 raised to power minus 5. You can see I've not done anything new. I just rewrote this. So I have 1 divided by 5 times 10 raised to power minus 5. If you now look at this and this, they are in the same value, different from this. So applying the laws of these indices, we're now going to have 1 divided by 5 times 10 raised to power, immediately this one comes off, this one will be what? Positive. Plus 5, not minus 5. No, you have removed the, inverse. Go and check my teachings on the laws of indices. Immediately you remove this inverse, this over sign. This line becomes positive. So you now have 1 over 5 times 10 raised to power plus 5. So if you divide 1 by 5, you're going to be 1, 5. How many times can 5 goes in 1? It's not possible. You write points. You add 0. How many 5 can you find in 10? 2. So the answer is what? 0.2. So I have 0.2 times 10 raised to power 5. Don't forget, you can write this one in standard form. If you want to rewrite this 0.2 in standard form, it will now become 2 times 10 raised to power 1. You are moving it front, 1. So you are moving forward once. So it will be 10 raised to power minus 1 times 10 raised to power 5. You can also see that I've expressed these two in the same form. They have the same base now from the law of indices. So this one is different. So it will now be 2 times, operate this one now. This 10 raised to power minus 1. This is times. It will become plus. From the law, please watch my video on what do you call this? The laws of indices. I explained all this. So you have minus 1 plus 5. So you're going to have 2 times 10 raised to power minus 1 plus 5. I know you know how to do this one now. I've taught us in my first video in Introduction to Mathematics how you play around your signs. So that will be, I'm owing 1 naira. I have 5 naira. If I pay 1, it will remain 4. So I have 10 raised to power 4. So this is what? 2 times 10 raised to power 4. That will be 2 times 10. That's what? 20,000. I think that is clear enough. Please subscribe to my channel. So what we now have is that we have 20,000 as the answer. I think that is clear enough. Then there another one. Let me give you another one for us to start to try. Let me give another one to try. Let me give us another one to try. Another one to try. If I have 1 all over 0.002, I can say times 2 all over 0.005. This is jam question. Jam question. So for you to solve this, just take this one, you operate on it, solve this one, you operate on it, then you multiply. So you get the answer. I will give this one to us as an assignment. Solve it and put it in my comments. Let's discuss it together. So if there's any problem, you can do a video on that where we solve different questions on standard form and decimal places. Please subscribe. In fact, I really enjoy you, my viewers. God bless you as you subscribe. Thank you.